A real job can make you very tired, but a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean? In the same way that 9 hours of streaming absolutely will.
Shut that shit off, please. Shut up.
Come on, just keep listening.
Oh my God.
What?
Isn't Hasan the same guy who was laughing maniacally at someone on a real job who got shot doing their real job? Isn't he the same person who was doing that shit? Why are people surprised that this guy, who is obviously a piece of shit, stinks? You're holding a piece of shit up to your face, taking a big old whiff, and you're surprised that it stinks. The guy fucking sucks. I'm looking at this Abba and Preach video. Well, I watched the Abba and Preach video already. I just wanted to talk about a few parts of it, and let's get into the rest of it.
So a nurse is not that doesn't have a real job?
Exactly.
You know, according to Hasan, people took him out of context. So let's see the full video.
Okay. Yeah.
No. Social battery wise, unless you're in retail, unless you're in fucking retail, it's very different. You're out of touch. I'm gonna die, dude. There's motherfuckers who are accountants in here, and they're misunderstanding what I'm saying. A real job does not expend your social battery in the same way as someone who did a sales job, a real job. Okay, I'm telling you, as someone who did both, 9 hours of constant performance and people pleasing taps you out from social scenarios. After 9 hours of that, I could probably.
Right, so here's the problem that this guy's just, his brain is overly developed. It's like so developed that it's pressing on the inside of his skull and it doesn't work properly. He's so big brain that he's fucking stupid. You don't realize what you're saying still makes no fucking sense. At the end of the day, streaming, what you're doing is first and foremost something that you like to do, which is something that most normal people don't get to choose. It's not a choice for them. I'm gonna give you all a little bit of insight. At 14, due to my family pretty much kind of falling apart, I had to go get a job, a real job at 14, an adult job. I had to go do that shit. And by the time I got to age 15, I don't really like to share too much of my personal life, but by the time I got to age 15, I attempted suicide. That's how bad things was. It's not draining. I mean, and I know my situation is somewhat extreme, but there was many other parts of my life as an adult where I was depressed because of my real job. Having your social battery be drained is not the only thing that happens to you when you work these normal jobs. These people are fucking rich douchebags. Hasan comes off as the type of guy who would look at you in the face. He'll look at you dead in your soul and say, money doesn't buy happiness. You should stay poor. He comes off like that type of person, right? Of course people are fucking mad because you get to walk around in your $1 million mansion reacting to other people's content and make thousands of dollars a day. And then you're talking about how much more draining that is for you compared to normal people. I know individuals who work jobs where they don't interact with anyone, and that is also draining. You get so fucking dead and tired by doing this shit because it drains you in a different way, but when you get home it feels the same. You think one of the people that I know, they work in one of those gas producing companies, right, where they move these giant gas canisters all day. You think when he gets home he wants to really interact with anyone? No, you know what he does? He goes home, he kicks up his feet and he watches a few shows until he passes out on the couch. That's what he does. These motherfuckers have no fucking idea what it's like to be normal. This greedy fuck who has the option to turn off the stream whenever he wants is complaining about how socially draining it is for him and comparing it. The worst part is comparing it to normal jobs. You're trying to do this thing where you fit in with normal people when you obviously don't. You're above everyone else. You always have been above everyone else because you were born into wealth. You were born rich. Even your Twitch career started off as a success, like much easier than many other normal people, right? You had a somewhat famous uncle to put you on a show that already had an established fan base, and you even admitted that you would take opportunities to try and drive fans from his platform to your platform.
I was always like trying to move the audience from TYT properties to something that I own. Like my Instagram.
Yeah.
They were not too fond of that.
I mean, quite literally, his strategy was to take the over 1 million plus subscribers over at the Young Turks at the time that he started there, multi-millions at the time that he was still there, and funnel them over to his Twitch in order to give him a head start while simultaneously using his connections as Jank's nephew to get a bunch of prominent guests on his show so that he could launch his career faster than the average person.
You understand? So, shut the fuck up. Make your millions and shut the fuck up. Stop trying to pretend that you're like normal people. You're not. That's the reality. God damn, man.
That's the context. I don't know what jobs you worked at, but it seems like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
He does
And
not.
you're saying people that are not doing a people pleasing job. Sometimes the people that you have sometimes the people that you have to please in your job
Are your coworkers.
are your bosses.
Yeah.
Core coworkers.
Yeah.
Or co-workers.
And then a lot of the times these people aren't great people. A lot of the times your coworkers and the people that your employers are not great people. They bring their problems from home to work and then they rest all of that on your shoulder. So imagine having to go to a job that you really don't like that much anyway, and then on top of it people are bringing their negative energy and resting it right on your shoulders. So it's just not the same, man. And I don't expect these fucking people to understand because they never lived it. It's not an lived experience for them. But he feels like he can talk in this way, like, oh, I'm one of you guys. I understand. Listen, I get you. I get where you're coming from. No, you don't. You're a fake. You love pretending to be like normal people, but you're fucking not. Right? Sure, you're human. Barely. Alright, that's a joke. But anyway, like, that's about it. That's as far as the similarity goes. You're just a human, just like the rest of us, but you're a human that lives at a completely astronomically different standard than the rest of us. Fuck out of here, man.
Sometimes you're doing those jobs and they are the one that are draining you.
Yeah,
Your co-workers.
there we go. Yeah. Your
definition of what a client is very limited.
Here's the truth about our favorite champagne socialist, okay? He comes from one of the richest families in Turkey.
Yeah.
Okay? He's incredibly wealthy. He's always been from a wealthy family. And so this trust fund baby goes on to be a very successful streamer and makes it. You don't really know about this hard work life. That's why a lot of these dudes who before the people never come from backgrounds that are actually of the people.
Of the people,
About
yeah.
Hasan, him talking about work and everybody misunderstanding and they're being really...
It's not a misunderstanding at all. People understand clearly what is going on here. Hasan is just one of those individuals who likes to tell you what you think. He's one of those individuals who considers himself smarter than you for sure, right? And there's nothing you can say at all that's going to convince him that you're right about whatever you're currently talking about. That he's one of those people. His head is kind of firmly secured up his ass. He's one of those smart guys.
Because Asmongold, okay, reacted to this. This has been my opinion observing most streamers and content creators. Most of them are completely out of touch with reality.
So people getting mad. It's a bad take. What's it a bad take of? He says that he gets exhausted socially because he's talking to people for 9 hours a day. You really think that's not true?
That's not what he said.
I mean, you really think it's not true?
That's not the only thing that he said. He didn't say that he's drained because he's working 9 hours a day and he's talking to people for 9 hours a day. I can understand that. Yeah. I can understand the fact that you're going to be drained. He said that.
If that was the only thing he said, I think it would be fine. But that's not all he said. He compared his work, his job, to normal people's job, and he said that it's harder. This guy literally has to walk a few feet to his other room in his fucking $3 million mansion, puts on a camera, starts recording himself reacting to other people's content. The people's content that he's reacting to put in 1,000 times more work than the work that he's doing. All he's doing is just looking and reacting. Like, it's so fucking stupid that these people think that this is harder. than what's, you know, other people do is crazy.
That his job is more draining than any normal job.
There we go.
Excluding retail, to be fair.
And life doesn't work like that.
Nope.
If he just had said, my work, what I do right now, is extremely draining, you would have just said that. I would have been like, yeah, my man.
But what did he say?
But you said that your job is more draining than any normal real job.
Yeah.
No.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy how these people think. These people actually have such inflated egos that they really think that, you know, everything they do is just such an amazing feat. You know, he knows deep down what he does is fucking easy. He also knows that he likes it. That's one of the main points that I really wish Abba and Preach kind of drove home here. These motherfuckers like streaming because it is easier than going out into the world and applying for a job and doing what other people tell them to do. They like the fact that it's easier than that, but they also like doing it because generally streaming is not this ridiculously difficult thing to do. It has its drawbacks, but at the end of the day, it is not the same in any way as a normal fucking job.
Fucking no, my guy.
For 1/100th of your paycheck,
Yeah.
you're asking for sympathy whilst also belittling their experience, talk about how much harder you have it.
Yeah.
Bro.
Man, we couldn't afford medical care for a certain family member of mine that we were taking care of, and it killed me inside knowing that, you know, we just couldn't afford it. We currently still can't afford medical care for my grandfather, who is currently losing eyesight. We just can't. You understand? I'm not qualified to get a well-paying enough job that can facilitate that. So we have to be okay, because it's tens of thousands of dollars. We have to be okay with his eyesight just slowly degrading. He's made peace with it. It was a very, very difficult transition. But these are the things that real people have to deal with. And these motherfuckers just Asmongold is a multi-millionaire that doesn't even clean his room or pays someone to clean his room. That's how out of touch the guy is. He lives in filth. There's the famous clip, and I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all saw it, where there's like a roach running on his chest and he just grabs the roach and he's like, oh, get out of here, go away. It's like the way I chase away my cats. I have 2 cats that live here, and I'll chase them away when I'm making videos. I'm like, hey, go away, you know, buzz off, you know, like, and that's sad. That's crazy. You should not be talking like that. You should not, and you definitely shouldn't be defending fucking Hasan's stupid ass, dumb ass, greedy ass motherfucking point, bro. Like, you really shouldn't. But it's crazy, man. These people just don't understand what real people have to go through on a day-to-day.
Sympathy. And if you don't understand that, that's because you're fucking out of touch.
Yeah.
Nobody's trying to hear that shit. And I know Asmongold knows this, because a while back, he was telling game developers, I don't give a how hard your shit is. Nobody's trying to hear it. Make the fucking games.
Xavier's tweet was well-intentioned, and he went on to add a lot of important...
He made a lot of very good points.
But
This
I think
is
it
where
misses the
Asmon went
perspective
off,
of the
too.
consumer.
But yeah, it does. And this is the thing, is developers need to stop. Like, nobody gives a fuck
Yeah.
about, oh, it's so hard. Shut the fuck up.
Now take that clip and play it back for yourself, Asmon. No one gives a fuck about, oh, woe is me, I'm a multi-millionaire, talking about how socially draining my job is compared to other people's jobs. Right? No one gives a fuck to hear that from y'all. You wanna call these gamers, these people who make these games, and you wanna mock them and say just shut up and make the game. You wanna call them pussies and all of that. That everything you said there applies to yourself. Shut the fuck up. Make your videos, stream reacting to other people's hard work, and shut your mouth. No one wants to hear you complain about how difficult and socially draining your job is compared to theirs. Come on, man. This is just disappointing, man. Because Asmon is not normally someone that I would react to negatively. I think I made one short video before. I made one short video before, and I didn't have the full context, so I deleted the video. But now it's like, god damn, man, bro, why? Why you gotta go down this road? You're showing the ugly side of your personality. You're really confirming to a lot of people who want to hate you that they should hate you.
Pussy, stop crying. Either do it or you don't. Holy just nobody cares about, oh, it's so hard. Oh, well, this is, bro, you're talking to people that work in construction?
He's making our point for us.
Demanding than that. I don't know. But guess what? To them, it's not.
But now when it's you guys, it's like, oh, we want, and you expect sympathy for what reason? Guys, you get paid millions of dollars. Half of the time, you guys sit there on the screens shutting the fuck up while something else plays, okay? You're
in Asmon's defense, I gotta defend the guy. He's one of the streamers that doesn't really do that. He puts a lot more effort into his commentary. I'ma give him that. That's one of the reasons why I didn't really have a big problem with him.
Just reacting, or sometimes you play the fucking video and you leave your screen for 30 minutes.
That's Hasan. Hasan does that shit. There's a lot of clips where people are clowning on him for doing that shit, where he'll literally just put something to play and then leave the room, right? And then he'll come back in some type of ridiculous amount of time. It's disgusting. And the fact that he keeps getting away with it too just fucking sucks. But it is what it is. Once you get to a level of popularity, you can't get away with a lot of shit. That's just the reality. Look at Logan Paul. Look at the stuff that he's gotten away with. He showed a dead body to kids and get away with it. He scammed millions of dollars from his fans and got away with it. Yeah, oh, people say bad things about him. Cool, sure. But he still has his platform. Look at Shane Dawson. He still has his platform, right? It's crazy. But anyway, I want to say one more thing on this. Notice that EDP is wiped from the internet, but Shane Dawson and Logan Paul is still around. Yeah, I wonder why. You think if KSI did the stuff that Logan Paul did, he'll still have a platform? Think about that shit.
You eat on the job. Like, don't pretend like this shit is crazy. Is it socially draining? Sure. I could see that. Yeah. Don't act like your job is special in comparison to others. It's not.
It's not, man. It's not.
Being in the military, socially draining.
Yeah.
Working sales, socially draining. Even when I didn't even have to work, when I was doing remote work and it was just be myself with my coworkers, it was socially draining to have to fucking sit in Zoom calls and listen to people babble about some dumb shit.
Yeah, listen, I'm not gonna play the entire video, man. Like, I did play quite a bit of it, but watch the entire video. Tell me if you agree with my takes, man. If you agree with my takes that these guys should really learn to just keep their fucking mouths closed if they have nothing good to say. I think that's the main point of my video. Go ahead and make your millions. Go ahead and do it in the way that you're doing it, but just don't come out here and start comparing your life to normal fucking people. Right? I know so many people who are struggling right now, and I wish I was in a position that let's say I was like a super famous streamer or YouTuber like these motherfuckers with the amount of disposable income that they have. I wish I was in a position like that to help people, and I would never come out onto the internet and talk comparing my life to the lives of average people, because average people go through so much, bro. They go through so much, it's ridiculous. It's almost unbearable for a lot of them, right? And that's the reality. Y'all aren't fucking average. Asmon, you choose to live the way that you live, even though you're a multi-millionaire. That says a lot about you, and you definitely should not be making these types of takes, defending scumbags like fucking Hasan just because y'all are in the same field. I think that's what it is for Asmon. I think he saw that Hasan is being attacked for this thing, and somehow it kind of, in his brain, it kind of told him that, oh, well, I'm a streamer as well, so I could relate to Hasan, so I should definitely jump in there and say some dumb shit as well. Y'all are professional foot eaters. Y'all are constantly putting your feet in your mouth. But anyway, listen. If you all agree with my takes, like and subscribe. I'm trying to cross 2,000 subs. If you disagree and you really think streaming is as draining as, and I don't give a fuck if it's socially or physically, if you think streaming is as draining as normal jobs, the normal 9-to-5s people do, I want you to do this. I want you to go to the pharmacy and ask that the person behind the counter for something that will help you go fuck yourself. Do that. Do that for me, please. It will bring so much joy to me, right? And to everyone else, man, you'll have a great fucking day. Later.
Y'all smoking crack! Something is wrong with you people!